All right, man, we got a trade. The Magic sent 5 first-round picks to the Grizzlies for Desmond Bane, and KCP's moving. His season with the Magic did not go totally as they were hoping for. Cole Anthony's in here, but really this is a whole bunch of draft picks for Desmond Bane. Is this an overpay? Yes. He does fill in a need with the shooting, but this is a lot of draft picks for Desmond Bane. Now, first off, the Magic, they do have a pick this year still. They have the Nuggets pick. A Suns pick in 2026, that's a big deal given everything going on with them right now. Now, that one's got like some Suns, Wizards swap. It's like 1 million swap rights on that one. And then a whole bunch of Magic picks. 28, 29, and 30. 29 has life protections on it, but wow. I mean, if you want Desmond Bane, if you want his shooting, and his shooting will be a lot of like off the dribble, flying off of screens, DHOs immediately going up with it, some deep range threes as well. We all know the Magic need more shooting. I think a lot of us were imagining more so a point guard for this, and I mean, we got to get to Memphis, but immediately thinking here, I still don't think the Magic have like the lead ball handler that we would have imagined here. But look, Desmond Bane, he was like at 5 assists per game this past season. He can certainly handle ball handling duties. He can certainly run a screen action. He can make some plays for guys. And again, he is an awesome shooter. He is a really, really good shooter. And so Paolo, Franz, Suggs, and Desmond Bane, and there could be more moves to come, although they just depleted a good amount of their treasure chest with this one trade. And I think what Orlando is betting on here is having more spacing and another ball handler, I guess, is their bet for not having the typical, like, really solid point guard. I feel like with the amount of picks that they just gave up for Bane and the fact that I think they still are going to need a good point guard. I mean, I know Anthony Black is on the roster. He was better in year 2, but I don't think he's there yet. Corey Joseph filled in minutes for him this past season, but I don't think he's really the guy if you're trying to win, go on playoff runs, etc. It's like, man, you give up all these picks, and I feel like you still have the need at point guard. I mean, the guy doesn't need to be an all-star, but also I think you need better than what you got. And I think there's still some fear about, is Wendell going to be healthy, stuff like that. But yeah, this Orlando offense, we all get it. I mean, Paolo and Franz, those two can get downhill. Franz, one of the top drivers. Paolo, one of the more physical foul drawers in the league and matchup hunters in the playoffs and all that, showing the signs of what he can be one day, like really as a playoff guy. Even the numbers in the playoffs have already been good for him. And this offense has just been so desperate for movement, for shooting, for another ball handler, for another real offensive option. But also, this is an overpay. Now, hey, look, overpays can still make your team better, but the long-term asset thing for them now is very different. I mean, if you would have asked me, hey, how many picks do you think it would take to get Desmond Bane? I would have said probably like 3. Now, I'm just some random schmuck on the internet, who knows, but they gave up 5. Now, one of them was not their own, but whatever. Crazy stuff, man. I mean, the bet Orlando is making now is that they can take a considerable jump offensively with more floor to operate with Franz and Paolo. This past season, they were the 27th best offense. Now, look, Paolo needs to get better as a three-point shooter and a mid-range shooter. Franz's 3-ball, it comes and goes, we'll just say. I mean, early this past season, it was like, oh, it's back, and now I don't know again. There's still like kind of that weird hitch in it sometimes. And then you got Suggs, where the 3-ball emerged for him in his 3rd season, dipped back down in his 4th, but also he didn't play a whole lot of games in his 4th, so we'll see with that one. And I'm just picturing a Paolo, Franz, Desmond Bane, Jalen Suggs offense, and all of them can dribble, all of them can run actions on offense. Of course, Paolo can match up hunt. Franz can get downhill. Bane's going to take 1 million threes. I'm just really hung up on there is playmaking. Is there enough playmaking? Again, Bane being a movement shooter helps, but I don't know. To be clear, I think they got better with this deal. They gave up so many picks, I do think Paolo, for as effective as Paolo is at scoring inside, there are still some moments where he might pick the ball up like around the free throw line or whatever that I don't always love, but also the spacing is not always ideal, the spacing is never ideal for those two with this team. And so I guess my snap feelings for this for Orlando is Desmond Bane gives them a definite need, which is more than just shooting. It's like movement, shooting, and all that. I still think they need a better point guard. And also Anthony Black's development, where he was better this past season, sure, but now that becomes more of a pressing need for you, unless they have plans to find another point guard somewhere. Again, assets have now just been spent. They're still going to have to hope that Wendell is healthy. And to be clear, I mean, I've been saying about the Magic, like, they need to do something. I didn't think this was going to be the thing with this many picks moving, but okay. To go on to the Grizzlies, man. Well, first off, Desmond Bane's under contract for a very, very long time, but Jaren has an extension coming up very soon. Ja under contract for a while as well. We all knew that there was something in the air with the Grizzlies, okay, between the coach changing and how much pick and roll offense are we running, and is the offense from one of our assistant coaches or more so from the other assistant coach, and I mean, of course, get well soon, Ja, with the injury, but regular season, Ja, Jaren, and Bane have not played together as much as you would hope. Of course, there was the season from hell 2 seasons ago. And again, Ja just had the injury, but also it has not gone as well in the playoffs as you would hope with these three either. And so I think this is the Grizzlies saying, number one, oh my God, that's a lot of draft picks for Desmond Bane. We should probably jump on this one. Two, we've seen this team develop and sometimes just find guys out of nowhere who end up stepping in and being awesome for them. I mean, hell, they nailed the Desmond Bane draft pick, right? And so they're probably telling themselves, we believe that with the way we found Scottie Pippen Jr. and Vince Williams, he didn't play a whole lot this past season, but okay, and G.G. Jackson, and I'm sure they feel good about Wells and Zach Edey as well. There is a decent chance both of them are just like solid NBA players, but still, you got them in the draft, in a draft that everybody was like, yeah, this one is not as strong as our normal ones, right? So they probably feel really confident about their ability to just find guys in the draft, find guys in free agency, and now they just got like way more assets to build around Ja and Jaren. Now, possibly this is a sign of more shakeup at the top, but I am going to bet on the Grizzlies were probably like, hey, if somebody knocks our socks off with an offer, we got to jump on it. And the Magic did exactly that. And so now they can either use all those picks and select another slew of guys who I'm sure can step into the rotation and be awesome for them, and a bunch of people are going to be like, where the hell did these guys come from? Or they can package this themselves for something down the road. Now, with all that said, how much of a step back are you taking in this very difficult Western Conference with Desmond Bane now off your roster? You're losing that shooting, you're losing that movement shooting, you're losing that other ball handler to just run stuff in your offense. I don't know. What I will say is the starting five of Jaren, Ja, Desmond Bane, Zach Edey, and Jalen Wells in 25 games this past season had a net rating of positive 26. Now, with that said, we remember this past year for the Grizzlies, a big thing with them was they kept on losing to good teams. And if you want to go just Ja, Jaren, and Bane, 37 games played, which is still not as much as you would hope. It's still a +9 net rating. So there were perhaps some advanced stats to suggest, hey man, stand pat, you'll be fine as long as these guys are healthy. But I mean, we know the vibe for the past couple years with Memphis. It's just been disappointing. And, some of that's on the court, off the court, injuries, whatever. And also for what it's worth, I mean, KCP, he will step in and play a lot of minutes. We'll see if he was better, if he's going to be better for them than he was for Orlando this past year. And Cole Anthony's here too, so I don't know.